for yourself, you got back onto the commentary train, as it were.
Yeah.
You've worked with some absolute heroes of the game. Picasso,
Mm.
you've mentioned, Andrew Hedley, James Dempsey, Dara, David
Dara
Lappin,
Curley,
people like that.
David Lappin. Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you get into How did the commentary gig come about?
Uh, I've been told by my therapist and by friends that I shouldn't call it luck, but I think that I was very lucky. But the answer that I'm supposed to give is that I put myself in the right spot to get lucky with commentary. But I've got to ignore those people. Just how I got very. It's a work in progress, man. Like this self-love and appreciation. Still going to therapy for that shit. But yeah, it's something that I didn't plan on getting into. As you already know, I had the Atlantic City trip, came back to Europe, and was like, okay, I guess you're really a professional poker player now. You've got enough money to really give this thing a go. So I messaged a buddy of mine. I was like, hey, just got back from AC, had a very successful trip, looking for cash games in Europe for the summer. I was like, I haven't seen my friends in Bulgaria in a while. My friends from high school. I think it'd been like I hadn't returned to Bulgaria since my parents kind of exiled me from the country. I'm fairly sure. Was it? Yeah. So I was like, okay, let's go Bulgaria. I've got a lot of catching up to do. And I'll play some cash. So I went to Bulgaria. There was this cash game festival on at the casino in Sunny Beach, Platinum Casino, and there was like a marketing lady. They had like an Instagram page, a Twitter page, like a Facebook, and she just like came over to me one day. She was like, "Oh, how's the cash game going on? Do you want to play on the TV table, on the feature table? Like they have like one feature table of like micro stakes, like 1, 2, 2, 5, sometimes bigger." She's like, "I see that you're like here on a regular basis." I was like, yeah, sure. Like I'll join the feature table. So that was my first ever like TV table. And I remember just like, yeah, it's like I forgot how to play poker. But then they interviewed me about it and they were like, how did you find the whole experience, the cash game festival, what we stand for, what we're trying to do with poker. We're trying to, just make poker really fun because they have like these amazing activities that they do in the morning. They'll do like sports and then they'll do like wine tasting and then dinners in the evening. Yeah. And then they'll have like the feature tables where like they'll then play against each other. I thought it was a great gig, like great gig. I appreciated what they were trying to do with poker. So I agreed to sit down for an interview. And then bearing in mind, like I'm a complete fucking nobody. I grind 2-5 for a living. Nobody knows who I am. But yeah, sure. I'll help you promote and market your company. So yeah, that they ended up like leaving Bulgaria. They're there for like a week, got to know everyone, added everyone on like Instagram, social media. And then they reached out to me and they're like, hey, listen, in January next year, we're going to be in London. And obviously you're from the UK, would you want to come to this event with us and just play some poker and help us like promote it on social media? So I was like, yeah, sure. And then as we like started talking more and more, they're like, have you ever tried commentating on poker? It's like only going to be a 1-2 game, only, it's only going to be a 1-2, 2-5 game, whatnot. And I was like, well, I'm not sure I'm qualified. And they're like, well, you're from the UK. A lot of the people that travel for their festivals, European, so English isn't necessarily, their native language, accents and whatnot. They're like, please, could you just come and give it a try? So that's sure. No pay. They're just like, they basically just gave me drink tokens, which was okay. I'm fine with that.
Bonus.
I was like 22 at the time, I think. Just getting pissed at Asper's in London and calling the action on this game. And then the next stop was with Andrew Hedley, was with Picasso in Tallinn in Estonia. And they were like, look, Andrew Hedley's really experienced, like he's been doing it for a while. He's obviously getting paid for this gig. because he's like a professional. And I was like, oh, okay, fucking hell, big time Andrew Hedley, like, sure. But they're like,
did you know Picasso before you met him on this trip?
No,
You didn't?
I didn't. No. And then they're like, but look, we'll put you in an Airbnb, pay for your food, your drinks, and like give you like pocket money, like 50 euros a day. I was like, free trip to Tallinn, Airbnb, got call the action. Of course I'm in, play some poker when I'm not in the booth. And yeah, then obviously like met Picasso, ended up becoming like the main commentator for this like small cash game festival for like a year, about a year and a half, and then got to meet the Unibet team, and that's when it kind of just all really blew up. Like I met David Lappin and Dara. I want to say I was 22, 23, and they were just really impressive with my approach to commentary, which I thought, I've listened back to some of my early stuff, and it was like I've got a bit of a sailor's mouth, courtesy of my mum. Like I do like to swear, and back in my earlier stuff, it was just like every other word was like, holy fuck, like holy shit, it's a 500 euro pot, holy shit, like what's. And it wasn't until a lot of people that like I respected when I started getting bigger gigs, they were just like, so shout out Norman Chad. A lot of people that have paved the road for me were just like, look, Henry, you've leveled up a little bit now, mate. Like you're doing these bigger gigs, just like tone it down. Let's try and keep it like PG friendly, family friendly, even though obviously poker's like 18 plus. And I'll occasionally drop an F-bomb if it's needed. But yeah, where was I going with this? So they were impressed with my commentary, which I thought was funny because they were, the definition of poker players. And I was very early on in like my professional career, just grinding the circuit, making, a few thousand a month just so that I could continue traveling and living like a life that I was accustomed to. And they're like, do you want to come to Bucharest and cover a Unibet Open? And I was like, holy fucking shit, we've made it big time, boys. We're going to Bucharest, 5-star hotel, the whole shebang, covering like a main tour event. And then now fast forward, I better get this right, otherwise I'm never get invited back. 2018, so 2019, so three years. It's going to be this year that I've been the head commentator for Unibet. And then Dara, as if he hadn't already outdone himself and vouched for me enough for the Unibet gig, WSOP were looking for a commentator for the European stop in 2018. Bearing in mind, I'd only been doing commentary for like 1-2 and 2-5 games. And then I got a phone call. I was at the airport in Bratislava, leaving the Cash Game Festival. Like, Henry, do you want to come out to King's Casino in Rosedorf for a month and join Fintan Gavin to commentate on the entire World Series? I was like, man, I don't think I'm qualified to try and guess why Fedor Holtz is check raising this combo against Sontimer in the 100K. Like, what's going on? I play the big 22 on a Sunday because there's 10K up top, and I've got like 30K to my name. I play 2-5 for a living. Like, what is happening? And that was another realization that I had with the poker world is a lot of like the insecurities that poker players have. And you see this time and time again is people think you need to be playing 100Ks and be like the best in the world to be accepted by the poker world or to have success in the poker world. That's not true, man. Not everyone is born to be a crusher night. Not everyone needs to be playing 100Ks to be qualified to commentate on 100Ks, which I agree. It could be, there are commentators out there whose style that I don't like. And I think as a casual viewer, I would have it muted or I'd be turned off from the type of commentary. But there are a lot of commentators that don't play poker for a living or aren't beating 100Ks or 10Ks or some of the events that they're covering, but they have a very good understanding of the game and the life and what's involved in in being a poker player, and I think they do a great job of simplifying some of the stuff that's happening for the family man, for the recreational viewer at home that's watching. You know, most commentators can't explain to you what ICM is. That's fine, but that's fine. Like, because what a lot of professional poker players do, because I get this all the time, man. You would be shocked how many messages I get when it comes to complex strategies in commentary. But 99% of people that fire up my streams, right, are at home. They've got a pint of beer or they've got a cup of tea. You know, they're just winding down in the evening because they got work in the morning. They're not the professionals that are with me on tour, you know, playing 10-20 at the Bellagio or playing 100Ks or 25Ks. Like, those aren't the people watching. And I always have to say this to the 1%. Whenever one of my crusher friends like tune in, they're like, "Oh, Henry, what are you giving away like free information for? Or like, why are you talking about this?" It's like, dude, man, Joe Blogs from fucking Southampton with his 3 kids on the couch, messaged me in the Twitch chat. I said, "Henry, can you please try and explain what ICM is to me?" And I'm like, "Sure, man, I'll do my fucking best. Like, I'm going to try and simplify a complex strategy for you, if that makes you feel, you know, better about the stream and your overall viewing experience." And that's what a lot of professional poker players don't get when it comes to commentary.
Yeah.
Is the audience that I'm commentating to aren't playing the 10Ks that you're already, you know.
Like the £20 freeze out player who makes it
man.
his or her. They go once a month. It's a big thing for them. Yeah, I mean, we can't all be. Oh, we can't all be crushers. We can't all get the charts out and stuff like that. There is people that actually just do this for fun, but by asking these questions, it's a good thing because they want to educate themselves. They want to have an understanding of it as a part of poker chat. Well, I don't need that. Or, oh my God, I can't believe he's asking that. That's such a stupid question. Well, it's only stupid if he or she doesn't ask it, and then they need to know about it later on in life.
100%, man. I'm so glad you said that. It's honestly been my motto in commentary, and I think it's why I've had the success that I've had, is that like, I want my viewers to engage with me in the commentary booth. And for a lot of people, that can be annoying because I might not give Alex Foxon and, you know, all of these wizards in the 25K that are currently playing on the screen the attention that they deserve, because, you know, so and so 1, 2, 3, 4 is asking about this spot. But for me, it's about retention, you know, and getting people to come back. The people playing the 25Ks and 10Ks that I covered, they're going to play the next 10K and 25K, regardless of my commentary. Most of them don't have the stream on. And if they do, it's just for information's sake, you know, which is fine. It's fair. You're allowed to do that. The numbers are what matter to me. The viewing experience is what matters to me. Like, the people that are tuning in and giving me their time, and I'm there to entertain them. I'm not there to entertain the people that are on my screen playing poker. I'm there to entertain the people at home. And like you said, like, I want people to feel like it's a safe environment to ask dumb questions. If like they think that it's dumb questions, it's not a dumb question. And you know, I've never been, you know, this type of person that's all about, oh, you can't share information, otherwise everyone's going to be a crusher. Listen, bro, me breaking down what ICM is isn't going to turn people into a crusher, because what a lot of people don't understand is I can lead a horse to water. Anyone can. You can't force that motherfucker to drink. You just can't. So me going on a 2-minute tangent of an in-depth complex strategy, a piece of like strategy or the game tree, doesn't mean that the person at home watching this has the aptitude or the logic to actually take that information and use it and implement it correctly. That's on them. That's on them to understand what I'm saying. And I've had messages in the past, man, where good friends of mine that are like really good at poker, they'll like message me and they'll be like, "Henry, why are you giving away free information?" I'm like, it's not free information, man. Like, it's out there. These people are asking questions, not because, and I hope no one takes offense to this, not because like this information that I give them is going to turn them into a crusher. They want to engage with me, man.
Yep.
They want to talk with me. They want me to give them attention.
That's it.
And that's why I'll respond to everyone, like on Twitch. And I think that's why, like I said, I've had the success that I've had with commentaries, because I give everyone the feeling that they're welcome to my stream and they're all seen. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand or underestimate, is how great it feels to be seen and heard.
Yeah.
And that's what I try and do, but I try and do it for the little man. I try and do it for the little guy.
Yeah, the little shout outs always help. I mean, we've all been fanboys or fangirls at one stage in the poker world. I've been myself when I first started out. You'd see, like, on the telly, you'd watch for me it was late night poker, Devilfish, Jesse May, all these people, and it was like, wow, back in the day. And then you see these people in real life, and there's some of them are so approachable because they've been there, and they just think all we are is we're just normal people, normal guys, normal girls. It's just a game of poker. The same could probably be said about 90% of footballers or rugby players or whatever. It's just how they get perceived on the television or the internet or whatever. And it's good how people are approachable, because you want to engage to bring new blood in. And we've all got to start somewhere. Whether
That's
it's
so true, man.
2-5 cent like you started at the beginning, or whether it's 25k freeze outs, re-entries, whatever. You're only as good as the cards you're dealt, and we've all got to start somewhere. You started in the commentary tree with Picasso. You know, I mean, it could have been worse.
So talking of like that fanboying, that we've all kind of been through. Like, I think Picasso was the first person I ever really fanboyed, and then from there, so I met Picasso, like I said, in Tallinn, and he's obviously good mates with like Ferraldo, Ludo, Mormon. He's in like group chats with like Mormon, and he's like showing me. He's like, "Oh, look what are some of the words that they say in their group chat?" So there were new terminologies that were introduced to me, like "that can rot" was one of them, or Henry, you can rot, pal. And he's like,
Withered, Davey, rot,
that's it. And he's like showing me group chat messages from like Ferraldo, Ludo, and Mormon. I'm like, wow, like completely mind blown. Like these guys have got EPTs, bracelets, and whatnot. And he was just a normal dude. He was just, he was just a guy that I got to hang out with and share a place with. There wasn't any, I'm the alpha, you're the little fanboy kind of thing. It was amazing. And he was like, "Listen here, son, I'm going to teach you how to like gamble and shit." We're playing, like, man. He like at the time as well, for me, like he's like doing like 100 or 200 euros a box at the casino. And like, I remember him winning heaps as well. I think we were playing, I want to say it's Russian poker, and I'm on my measly like 50 euro a day allowance, and like he's there like gambling with my week's salary for commentary and whatnot. And he's up like 6-7k. I'm like, fuck, this guy is an absolute stud. Like, I'm straight, but fuck me, this guy is, he's an absolute stud, this man. And then we get back to after gambling and drinking, and he's just like gets straight down into his boxes, right? And then he's just on the couch, like grinding 100 euro blackjack on stars, mate. It's like, "Come here, kid. Like, come here, son. I'm going to teach you how to like. This is what it's all about." It's amazing, man. Amazing experience. And like you said, I think that's something that a lot of people can misinterpret or get intimidated by. Is that, "Oh, this guy's got like this trophy, I can't just go and talk to him." Man, they're human beings, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and that was amazing for me. That was a massive learning experience for me as well. Then getting to like meet Ferraldo and Ludo and some more of my idols who, I now get to call friends, like actual friends. David, Dara, Phil, people that I'd used to be like intimidated to talk to, because it's like, wow, these guys are just like the Wayne Rooneys of the poker world and whatnot. And had a great crack with with Picasso. He's another one of those people that like reached out to me and was a real help as well during my dark times. And just having that human element brought back in poker is needed.
100 million%. Because it is, as you say, it's like the human touch. These guys, girls are human beings. They've all had to start from somewhere. They've not just been gifted. Well, 90%, 95% of us haven't been gifted everything. You've had to graft for it. You've had to work your way up. And it's a testament mainly to yourself in this aspect, that you're working the bigger events, you're commentating the bigger events, you're working with such great commentary people, on the highest of levels. Run it once, WPT, Party, Unibet, blah, 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 blah. Be here all day just naming all these companies. Now, going forward, what's next for Henry Kilbane?
Oh, what's next? I mean, like my long-term plan in poker or in life in general is just keep enjoying and ruffling around in my 20s. I'm 26, so I've got, like, in my mind, if I had to map what the perfect journey through life would be, is I've got like 4, 5, 6 more years of just being immature and traveling around and having fun with the boys and, you know, getting into trouble with girls, and, you know, before I need to start taking life really seriously, because I don't want to be comfortable in my 20s. I think looking at my family tree, just putting out there, if I could love my family, but I think my grandparents and parents, they were so obsessed with being comfortable very early on in life, like the secure mortgage, get a house. And again, I hope no one takes offense to this. This is just my personal choice. If that's what you want to do, then that's what, you know, you want to do. But for me, I don't want to be comfortable, man. I want to see the world. I want to experience things. I want to get into trouble. You know, I just want to have fun.
Sure.
And I've been very fortunate and very blessed that poker has allowed me to really live a full life up until now. So commentary is something that I see as a career further down the line. It's something that I want to get into very seriously, even though I'm already very seriously involved in commentary. 10 years from now, I don't want to be playing poker.
Sure.
But I can see myself doing commentary, whether it's commentary on a regular basis or whether I've set up my own production company that travels around for these, you know, tours, and it organizes like all the streams and everything. Because obviously through commentary, I've learned the ins and outs of how all of that works. And like I said, I don't want to play poker for the rest of my life, especially when I do decide to settle down and have a family. I don't want to be, you know, grinding at the Aria or in like a private game or something. So for now, it is a bit money orientated, which is maybe a bit of a shallow answer. But for now, whilst I feel like I have the freedom to be the best poker player that I can be, it's just like make as much money as possible from poker, but more importantly, enjoying life at the same time and just enjoying my 20s. I don't want to look back at my 20s and be like, fuck, all I did was, you know, solve spots and sit in the casino in my 20s. Like, you know, I want to have some regrets, man. I want to break an arm jet skiing, you know, I want to have fallen outs with girls because, you know, I'm on the other side of the world and, you know, I can't spend any time with them. And, you know, when are you coming back to town? It's like, I'm sorry, you know, I'm emotionally unavailable at the moment because I'm just trying to enjoy life. That's it, and I hope, you know, that's just me being honest. That's 100%. How I feel. It's how I feel about life at the moment. I'm really loving it. I'm very fortunate. Like I said, with like the commentary, and it's something that it wasn't until my depression and everything, and then I started speaking with people. It's something that I didn't give myself enough credit for. My response used to be was like, oh well, there are thousands of other young poker players like me that could do my job. And it hasn't been until recently that I don't know whether I was just like, I needed the validation from people that I respected, like my peers. But it wasn't until recently that I started appreciating my talents and just being more appreciative of what I bring to the table.
Sure.
Because there must be something. And there used to be a lot of self-doubt and like, oh, well, you know, they can replace me tomorrow, which that is true. They probably can replace me tomorrow, but there's a reason why the same people tune in for my streams week in, week out. There's a reason why, you know, I get the gigs over other people.
Yeah.
And it's because it's something that I'm good at, and I need to give myself more credit. I'm always very, very hard on myself and very negative about, you know, the way that I approach a lot of things. And I think there's a lot of things that I do wrong, but there's also a lot of things that I do right. Yeah. So I think I want to take a bit of time off commentary for like the next 4 or 5 weeks. Very, very small amount of time, like nothing too major. But I want to learn to be more appreciative and present when I do commentary, rather than, oh, when's this commentary going to end? Like, you know, I want to go to Chipotle, or I want to go to the beach, or I want to, you know, go and see so-and-so. I want to hang out with these friends. Because recently I feel like it's something I've taken for granted.
Sure.
And the reason I've taken it for granted is because I don't believe in myself. And I don't believe in what I bring to the table. I feel like, how do I want to put this? For me, it just feels like a bit of a chore, and it feels like I'm just being brought in because no one else can do it. And that's just not true.
Yeah.
I'm being brought in because I'm good at it. And yeah, man, I want to find that passion again. When I first met Hedley, you know, when I met Picasso, I want to just be like, holy shit, it's a 500 euro pot. Like, I want to get excited again. And
that's it. Yeah.
And I think I need to just take a bit of time off and just count my blessings, be a bit more appreciative, and also just, a bit more positive towards myself.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, you've got the tools. You wouldn't be where you are today in the commentary world, in the poker world, if you weren't good. So you need to start believing in yourself more than others believing in you. You've been given that platform because of you, not because of anybody else. And you need to start fucking telling yourself that.
Yeah, definitely.
No one else needs to beat you up the arse. You need to beat yourself up the arse.
100%.
And that's it.
100%.
I mean, moving forward, a lot of things to look forward to, Henry. It has been great spilling your guts, as it were. Time's flown by. All I can do is I love the honesty, and I love the fact that you've joined us and opened up today, my friend. Thank you very much.
Nah, man, it's the pleasure is all mine, Ross. I think what we're trying to do with your podcast and the platform that you've got already, for the cause that you're doing it for, and the reasons that you're doing it for as well, that speaks volume as to who you are as a human being, mate. So thank you to you, and thank you to all of the like sponsors for mental health involved, the ones that you guys promote, because you're doing the Lord's work, as my grandma would love to say. You're doing the Lord's work, and yeah, more and more people over time are hopefully going to be very grateful for what it is that you're doing, man. So thank you. Thank you
very much. It is appreciated. Very kind words, and you take care of yourself. Thanks again.
Man. Cheers, dude.